What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Swish Life Garage with your boy KT the OG. You guys notice a little bit different scenery back here, and obviously we have a different vehicle. We have a bike this time. I've been meaning to put in work to this thing. Really, I just haven't had the money, but you know, things are better now and I have money to pour into this thing, so try to get it back on the road and try to have some fun again and try to not to kill myself. Quick little rundown of it. It is a 2010 Kawasaki ZX6R. It is a Ninja, if you didn't know. So here where the bike is, obviously I'm gonna get it moved so we could work on it, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I had dropped the bike, or I had hit the bike / drop in front of my house. So I had hit the curb, and then I hit I don't know where exactly it was, but I had hit the nose, and so the nose had hit, and then I just dropped the bike. But that was completely my fault. I mean, things happen, especially you guys that ride or have rode before. I mean, you guys know. I think I have pictures. If I do, I'm gonna post them up here. But so basically the nose is no good. The right side, it would have stayed together if there previously wasn't another wreck. I don't know who owned it previously, but they had obviously broken some of the fairings and they tried to fiberglass it together. So when I dropped the bike once again, the fairings just pretty much just broke by themselves. So I took everything off just so we have a cleaner look at all of it and see what's going on with the bike. Nothing looks to be really messed up. Now, we already did fix the front rim. There was a bend in it, but now it is completely fine. So that itself was the major thing. So now if I wanted to, I could probably put gas in it, throw a battery on it, and it's going to start right up. But of course I want it to look good as well, so I want all the fairings back on it. Another thing that happened is where it sits, the neighbor had a tree trimmer come by, and they dropped some of the branches, well, a branch on the bike. So I don't know if you guys see it, but there is a dent right there, and then it cracked the paint. You know, they did pay for the damages, so it kind of just worked all together. I got the other fairings and stuff, so we're going to get everything painted all at once. But it should be a fairly simple fix. You know, just get the parts, throw them back on, get them painted, and then we're back on the road. It's a very clean bike, especially once it's all together, once it's washed up. I don't remember exactly how many miles on it. I would have to get a battery and just pull up on the gauge cluster. It runs good, it's quick, and I mean, it's fun, you know. So let me take it out of here where it's currently sitting, and then I'm going to get it on the concrete. Alright, so move the bike out and kind of just hit it with that wet, so you know, it's a bit cleaner. Bit cleaner for you guys. There it is, ZX6R. And like I said before, the front rim has been fixed, so now it's just got to really put on the fairings, put on the nose, the headlights, the turn signals, and you know, all the little bits and pieces. So the nose, obviously, it was kind of cracked. It wasn't kind of, it was cracked. And so I did buy another nose. The left side is okay as far as fairings go. We do have the inner panels. I did purchase a whole set of the inner panels, if you guys know the black panels. If not, you'll see it in a bit. I want to fit everything up, make sure everything is fitting correctly. Maybe if I need to buy a few more parts here and there, but it'll just kind of give us a rough idea on what needs to be bought. But for the most part, I already have all the parts and the pieces needed. So let's get right into it. Alright, so hopefully this is a good view for parts that made it. Here's one of the lower fairings for the left side. It's always had these scratches. The scratches that you see on the bike part, they were already there because this bike, to be quite honest, it's a salvage bike. So it's bought at an auction, very little damage. And so that's how I got it, really. Well, my dad had got it at an auction, and then, you know, it just started riding. So here's the lower fairing. Just some little scratches here and there. I'm not really tripping about that because everything is going to go to paint so it's not a problem. Alright, and then right here we have the upper fairing with the turn signal. It's been smoked out as well. Have been having these scratches here right now as well. Some of the other inner plastics, inner workings did make it. So we got this one, it's perfectly fine. This one perfectly fine. To be honest, I don't remember where these go, but I'll find out. And this one is fine as well. This under fairing that goes like underneath the headlight, slightly broken right there, but that could easily be fixed. I still had bought in the inner workings to kind of cover some of this. I bought a whole set of them, and in reality I only needed like one piece. Alright, now moving on to the parts I actually bought, I wanted to replace, or because they were broken, what have you. So here we have the windscreen. This is just an OEM windscreen. I do still need to buff it. It's obviously used, so I got a pretty good deal on that. Right here in this box, here's all the, so you got the plastic right here, got this one, and then so I did need one of these. I don't remember what side, so basically I just needed this piece, one of these pieces, and this piece right here. And that's all I really needed, but I went ahead and bought the whole set just because they look so clean. You know, I couldn't pass up a deal. And underneath this plastic, of course, got the panel that sits underneath the headlight or the nose. And so that's it for the inner workings. And then here's the upper fairing for that right side that I needed. Just a few little scratches. Bought this one used. And then I just swapped on the actual turn signal, as you guys can see. Just pulled it off of one of the other fairings. So these are all OEM parts. And then another one here, it is obviously damaged, but you know, this is just plastic. I need to paint this stuff already, so I don't mind doing some body work. Either I'm gonna do it or the person we have planned to paint it might do it. Just depends on what we agree on. Easily fix that up and it'll look just as new. And so, pretty stupid deal, so I had to buy it. Alright, and here we have a front nose. This is new aftermarket, but the headlights are OEM. I did buy these headlights, I didn't need to. The ones I have that came off the bike are smoked. Of course I can just take off the smoke, buff them up. I do need to buff this one just due to the fact it has some scratches onto there. But I refitted it on there. Fits pretty nice for an aftermarket piece along with the OEM piece. I can't really complain, man. Maybe that gap right there, if any. But it looks pretty good if you ask me. It looks pretty solid. This is the piece I'm mostly excited about. You guys can already tell what it is. This is a very nice piece, the cleanest piece that I bought. I was actually surprised when it arrived. But it's all OEM. This is the solo seat for the bike. And you know, because I never carry any passengers, loner life. To me, this is going to kill it on the bike. You know, the whole look of it is going to look more sporty. It's going to, I don't know, man. To me, I've always liked the bikes with the solo seat on them. I'm gonna try to fit everything up together. I do know I need some fasteners for sure. Hopefully I could do this without some of the fasteners and just kind of roughly fit everything together and you know, get some progress going on. Alright guys, you guys saw me and my dad trying to figure out where everything goes. Found out where everything pretty much goes. As far as the inner workings, that was like the hardest thing. You know, I haven't touched this bike in so long, so I didn't remember. So everything seems like it's gonna fit well. The reason why nothing is on right now is because I definitely need to buy about like 6 OEM screws. Of course I could buy them aftermarket, whatever. And I'll get a fastener kit along with those well nuts, I think they call them. Basically just be for the body work. But everything is looking good. The only thing that stayed on it is the rear seat, or the solo seat. I think it looks very nice on the bike. Makes it a bit more sporty. But of course we gotta wait for all these screws to come in, so go ahead and pick the camera back up and hopefully we have a full complete bike. Obviously it won't be painted, but at least it'll be complete. It's been some time and I finally got the hardware to put on the fairings. I got burnt titanium. It's very nice. If you guys can see that, let me zoom in. You know, you guys see it, you guys see what it is. Very clean. I think it's going to look super dope on the bike, and it just adds that extra detail, like always going for that detail. Let's go ahead and take everything out of the box again and try to install it onto the bike. Okay, so the camera had died, but I did get the fairings on to the nose fairing here. I did notice I am missing a little bracket on this fairing. As you can see, it's on there, right there. So I don't have that little bracket, but do got to put the headlights on, the inner paneling, and then as well do have the lower sections that go onto there. But I don't have a doubt in my mind that they're not going to fit because they are OEM. The only thing not OEM is the nose here. I do have the windshield as well. Alright, so here we have the side fairings, the front nose, the windshield on, and so I did bolt it in the middle center section by the headers and here by the rear by the foot pegs, and so it does have the headlight on there as well. Alright guys, so for the most part everything is on, all the paneling. We do have this panel here, the inner panel. The only inner panels I don't have on is right here for the splash guard for like the radiator, but I don't have a doubt in my mind that that is not going to fit into here. Do have the under headlight. Everything just for the most part just snaps in, and these side panels are all OEM, so that's why I shouldn't have any issues with any fitment. The only crack panel I do have is this right here. I don't have a new one, but most likely I'll just plastic weld it. But still have some scratches on the plastic, which obviously have to be taken care of. Have the tail here, tail panel, which was purchased, reusing this side of panel as well. I'll wait to see if I'll repair these and then paint them so they don't look so scratched up. But you know, I don't have all the bolts on right now, just because for the most part I just want a clear picture of what it's going to be fitting like, and it fits very well, obviously because I'm using OEM panels. But I really wanted to see about the nose panel itself. It looks like it's fitting pretty good for an aftermarket piece, so I'm really happy with that purchase. And everything else just making this bike look complete. So obviously got to do some body work on these panels as well, and right here from where it was scratched, but I don't think it'll be too hard to fix that. Well, alright guys, you guys saw it. I just wanted to bring the bike to the channel and introduce you guys to it. Even though I had it for a while, you know, a couple of years now, I just wanted to introduce it to the channel and just move on from there. I don't think I said it, but the bike was bought at an auction, so I think the only thing that was done to it was replace the engine covers themselves. But as far as work done on the bike, nothing was ever done. Now, like I said, I did drop the bike previously and really didn't do any damage to it. Except, like I said, the fairings that were repaired previous by the other owner and just shattered for the most part. And the scratches that you guys see on the red fairings, those were already there from the initial, I'm guessing from the initial wreck. Really not sure. But anyways, I'm going to be covering all of that whenever I do the body work and the paint, so none of that should be seen. I just really wanted to fit everything together, make sure that it's fitting correctly as it should be. And then of course the addition to the rear tail section, making it a solo seat. I think it looks very nice. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Let me know your opinion. I may change a few things here and there. I'm still thinking of how everything is going to look after it's painted, and of course the color. But for the most part, I think it's just going to remain red. As that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, drop a comment down below. Let me know what your guys' opinion is on this bike. Maybe what I should do to it. Anything. And even if you guys have a question, just go ahead and hit me up. All my social media is in the description box down below. But of course, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But alright guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video.